Right, guys, welcome back. This is my first devlog. So I was working in this game for about a month now, planning to release this game after a few months. So I'm gonna tell you about what did I made in this 1 month period. Main scene here, I'm using Godot, by the way. And here, so this game is inspired by Hearts of Iron 4. Yeah, this build doesn't have so many things, but I'm gonna show another version of this game, which is pretty improved after this one. We were working in another game. It was a card game. We delayed that a little bit. And then now we're here. So I'm making this game all by myself right now. That other game was pretty good. So next video will be that. We made a lot of improvements in that. So, but let's go back to this one. All right. So here, as you can see, we have the production factories, upgrades, production queue, and we have those icons here, which is the rifle. So this means this is an army and there's 1,000 people, 1,100, and each second we're losing some and the enemy is losing some. We have 3 tiles here. This is isometric, by the way. I was brainstorming about ideas that what should I make? How can I make that? I make those, and then I come up with this idea. So I was actually planning on doing incremental game because the incremental games are easier, and this is my first commercial game, so it should be easier and faster. And incremental genre is popular right now in Steam. But anyway, and then I was going back and forth with like brainstorming. I was asking and I was like, thinking about ideas and stuff. And I realized that I don't want to make an incremental or idle game or anything like that. I want to make a strategy game, but I need to make the scope very tight. So I may come up with this idea. So we have these 3 lanes here, north, center, and south, and our goal is going from left to right. So we have the ceasefire here and operations tab, and we can swap these guys because we are losing so bad right now. But this is not the final build, by the way. I'm just gonna show you another version of this. So we have reinforcements. So our reinforcements are arriving in some time. We can reinforce the reserve army, 500,000 guys. So the goal is this: you create armies, you place buildings. Look at this little image here. You create buildings, things like factories, like arms factories or research factories that you can research some stuff in the tech tree. Of course, I'm just gonna pull up the Google Chrome right here, inspired by this one, but a very small scope. So I don't have a map like this. I just have this 3 lane. So I have this tech tree right here that you can upgrade your armies. Then I'm gonna add that, and I'm gonna add generals too. But I'm not gonna make the map bigger by size, like north, center, or south will be here, but map will be bigger. Vertical, horizontal, which one is it? Vertical or horizontal? I don't know. English is not first language, so the x-axis, not the y-axis. Wise. Those are all infantry. I'm gonna add tanks. Yeah, you can upgrade your armies, you can assign generals, and you can build some fortifications. So the goal is to survive, and I'm planning to add some more enemy AI. The enemy is right now doesn't do much, and we will have abilities. Yeah, we will have abilities. So imagine just the war in Hearts of Iron 4, but in a small scope, and it should be a fun little game. So this here, this is the gameicons.net, and we have this Lee Enfield icon here. See, I'm using free assets, by the way. Yeah, free assets. And I have this Kenny isometric miniature dungeon. I downloaded this one, and we have, as you can see in the Godot file system, we have this asset here, and we painted this. This is isometric 2D game, and I also added this fantasy UI borders from Kenny. So the Kenny has Creative Commons CC0 license, which means you can use it in commercial games for free. So this is basically a free asset that I downloaded, and I used it in right here. See, See those buttons, and I added this little juice effect that when I hover in, it goes like up. All right, but this is a pretty old build, so I'm just gonna. Okay, guys, we're back with the newest build in the game. So see, all right, guys, so this is the newest build. So I made this map 3D. Right now, I can change perspective. With this, we have little shadows here. And we have stacking armies here. So I added new assets that I was using isometric miniature dungeon, which was 2D. And I switched to nature kit, which is now 3D. It's still Kenny, by the way. So this one has trees and some tiles. And I've added elevation, by the way, which means that... So this tile is higher. This tile is lower ground. Some of them has forests, some of them has rocks. And right now, see, enemy is going to reinforce here. So right now we're losing, so I added some like 2x, 1x game speed. So I'm just gonna pause the game here for a little bit. So here we have the armor, artillery, those are infantry. So this one's artillery. So I'm just gonna move these guys here, here. Yeah, we can play it right now. Before we weren't able to play. Move here. Oh, this one's dying. Alright. This one's going to here. Alright, fall back. I'm just gonna emergency reinforce here. And we can change the stance, so like hold the line, push harder, balanced. We can use rally, which costs 4 command points. Right now we have how many command points? It says somewhere we can make an infantry here. Reinforce it. We have 2000 infantry. I'm just gonna go forward. Gonna use rally, hold the line, emergency, hold the line, and like that. So I'm just gonna improve the visuals. I'm just gonna improve the UI more. But before that, I wanted to make this video out there to let you guys that I'm making this game. Yeah, I'm planning on making a demo for next fest if I can manage that. So we will have mountains, we will have dense forests. So in this dense forest, let's say this is forest, okay? So in forests, the armored armies will deal less damage, so the forest tanks are less effective. In the forest, terrain type effects will have the type of the army effect. We will have generals, we will have abilities for each army and each general, and our goal will be go from left to right, and we will have buildings. Buildings will be very important. We have this build menu right here that I can build let's say research factory here and make the game speed 2x. So see, little placeholder thing spawned here. So it's gonna build a research factory. Oh, see, we have some things happening here. So the enemy is marching and shells. So the enemy is going to hit us with the artillery strike. These 4 tile wise. See? So in this first game, I'm just gonna make this map bigger by wider, and then in the next game, if this happens to be a success for me, I'm just gonna add more like the Hearts of Iron map, so the map will be way bigger. I think that I'm gonna tackle so we have these 3 armies in this tile and 2 armies in this tile. I'm gonna balance it in a way that it's not too hard, it's not too easy, and we use the abilities. See, we have lots of abilities here. We have harass, we have counter battalion, we have smoke, we have engineers, we have grenades for infantry, we have artillery, we have suppressing fire, all cost some command points and has a different type of effect in the game. And one last thing to do, we have this research tree here. I'm just gonna make the UI better, like I said. And we have these heavy shells. So this is going to increase the damage of the bombardment ability we have. If we unlock the ability of the bombardment, we have smoke shells, we have grenades, and we have this, like this one gives us extra manpower. And this is like level 1. We can unlock this again to make it level 2. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think about this game. 3rd of August. I started making this in 28th of June. 28th of June to 3rd of August. And then the next fest is somewhere September or October, around here. But I have to apply the next fest in the August. So I'm just gonna do a weekly devlogs after this point, and then maybe I can show you the other game that I've been working on. I'm gonna try to make a demo and make the UI better, make overall VFX. So I'm just gonna add more asset pack here, because right now we only have these little icons for the infantry, but we don't have any infantry men out here. Like, really, we don't see anything in the tile that represents that army in the field. So I'm just gonna add some more 3D assets and VFX that will make the map looking better, I guess. So that's it, guys. See you in the next one. See you in the next week. Yeah. All right. That's pretty it. Hope you guys enjoyed the first vlog that I made, devlog that I made, and see you in the next one, guys. Bye.